How we doing, guys? You're very welcome back to episode 8 of Chats with BTD. I'm delighted to be joined by former Pats Academy player, Longford Town, Loanee and current Wexford FC attacking midfielder, Kian Corbally.
Happy to be here, lads. Happy to be here.
Welcome. Look, really appreciate you taking out your time. It's much appreciated. Episode 8. First of all, how's things? How's life at Wexford and all that type of stuff?
Really enjoying it. Really enjoying my football at the minute. It's been really good. Past year and a half with them now, so it's gone strength to strength, to be honest. Strength to strength. The squads are getting better, so hopefully this year we're in with a good chance of going and doing good things.
Good stuff. And I know you're commuting from Dublin and stuff, how's that kind of gone for you?
At the start last year I was saying to myself I wasn't driving and stuff, so I was trying to meet the lads.
Right.
But now I'm driving myself, it makes that a bit easier.
Okay.
It's just a drive to Wexford now on a Friday does be a bit of a trek, but it's all part of the game, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
It's all part of the game.
And in terms of the club itself then, would you get much support from them in terms of commuting? Like obviously I know it's not that easy to commute, I've done it myself, so.
A lot of the lads be from Dublin.
Okay.
So all the away games, most of the buses leave from the Luke and Spa.
Alright.
So it's handy enough. So
Yeah,
it's a
happy
few
days.
away days.
Like a meeting point or
Yeah,
something.
Finn Harps 4 or 5 hours. It's not a good trip.
No. You want to avoid them at all costs, unfortunately. But yeah, look, we'll get cracking, get straight into it. Suppose, do you want to tell myself and the listeners, a little bit about your background, how you got into football, and we'll just take it from there.
Yeah, I'm originally from Clondalkin, but moved to Crumlin, and that's where I started out. Crumlin United Football Club.
Great club, yeah.
I used to live on Windmill, just around the corner, so it's handy enough. My dad was big into football, so I think from the age of 3 or 4, he's just trying to throw me straight in.
Yeah.
I think my ma was sort of saying, right, let him pick his own options, but he wasn't having a bar of it now.
Yeah.
And that's what I went around. I was 3 or 4, and I think I was joining at 4 or 5, I think, and I was a year young. But Junior locker and said, right, just throw him in. If he likes it, he likes it. He doesn't, he doesn't. And it's like duck to water. I loved it.
Yeah,
loved
definitely.
it.
And how long did you spend there then in total?
Must have been a good to 10 years.
10 years,
I think I left there and I was 13, 14, and obviously went to Pats then. So I was only one club man.
Yeah.
One club man, yeah.
They'll have a plaque up with you saying what?
Yeah.
So I suppose like when you were a young kid, like did you have any like role models or did you take inspiration for anyone? Like it doesn't even have to be like a famous player or.
I used to be a big Gerrard fan.
Right.
Big Gerrard fan. Even though he probably did before my time.
Yeah.
Loved him. All the clips, and my dad was a big Gerrard fan, so even the Predator built in my first built, and because no one in my family really played football.
Right.
So it was only my dad really, but he only played for Shanecastle, like up in Greenford, so he's nothing
Yeah.
special. Like he backs himself now, but he wasn't anything special. So
Brilliant. And then like was there anyone like being, whether it's a family or a coach or even a player that might have been a little bit older than yourself? Like, was anyone out there kind of had a bit of an influence on you?
Yeah, it would have been at Crumlin, Paul Webb. I'm not sure if you know him.
Yeah, I know his two sons training with us the other time. Yeah,
two mad things.
Yeah, that gas.
He would have been my manager all the way up in Crumlin, so he took me under his wing and
brilliant.
he took another son to him. Like that's what it was to him. And he just every step of the way he just pushed me along. So that's a big thank to him to where I am now. Hopefully.
Yeah, 100%. No, I've heard great things about Webby now, I have to say.
Yeah, he's a great lad. Great lad.
Do you mind, is there a way you could maybe, I suppose maybe describe it in a nutshell of like your schoolboy career? Do you mind talking to me a little bit about your early times even at Crumlin and stuff like that?
So obviously you go through the age groups and you don't really remember much of it, like.
Yeah.
And I got to the age of about 10 or 11 and I sort of said to myself, right, I'm actually not half bad, like.
Yeah.
Like growing up I wasn't
fancying yourself.
Yeah, growing up there's lads that are better than me 100%, and I was never physically the biggest, like. And even at that age, and then Nottingham Forest came over and we went over to Crumlin and he took a liking to a few of us. I think 3 or 4 of us, like Evan Caffrey, a couple of us went over, the lad off Shells, and he said, we want to bring 3 or 4 of them over. So we went over and that was a big competence build for Liverpool and Chelsea.
Right.
And like your academy environment, it's a new thing, like you're only a young lad, you don't know what your dad and stuff, but these lads are on it, like they're in it like probably 50 hours a week, 40 hours a week.
Contact hours is really
you're only
there.
getting a couple of hours back home, so you're saying to yourself, right, if you want to do anything in your career, these are the lads you're up against, like.
Yeah.
And that was sort of the turning point. We said, right, we need to start tuning in here, like if you want any sort of chance, like definitely.
Yeah. And what other players, was there any players that kind of spring to mind now that would have been on that Crumlin team that you played with? I know you mentioned them already.
It would have been Evan Caffrey, he's at Shells at the minute.
Yeah.
Obviously Oidemo, he's at Millwall now.
Yeah, smashing player,
A couple of lads, Reece Webb plays with Webby's son, he was there. Kian O'Malley, I'm not sure if you know him, centre half.
I've heard of him, yeah.
He's at Wexford. Cole Conway, he would have been he's not playing football at the minute, but
Right.
what he could have been was, he was a joke.
Really, yeah.
He was a joke. I think he was playing Ireland 2 years over, and he was outrageous. But obviously that's just
What position he play?
number 6.
Right.
Can't get near him.
Yeah.
Can't get near him. He's
Type
unbelievable.
of Pirlo type of vibe, or what we
just
talking?
out of his feet, diag,
Yeah.
around the corner, like just 2 or 3
Had
steps
it
ahead
all,
of boys, like,
yeah.
As you
Outrageous.
know, football, like some lads just fall down in love with it. And what he could have
Yeah.
been, it could have been outrageous.
Yeah.
Outrageous.
And I believe you made the step then from Crumlin into the Pat setup. How did that all kind of come about and stuff like that?
Yeah, so obviously I think Pats were aligned with Crumlin at that stage, like
Right.
the alignment. And he's brought a couple of lads up, and Dennis Hoyland was the manager at the time, but was a year older than me. So it would have been, I'm 03, it would have been 02, 03. But it was only a handful of 03s, and Dennis Hoyland took a liking to me and said, right, I'll take a chance on him. And I loved it ever since then.
Yeah.
So that first year, there would have been likes of Kian Levy, Conor Power, Zach Delaney, all these boys, Kian Kavanagh, like outrageous team.
Yeah.
Outrageous.
Unbelievable that.
Yeah, unbelievable. Like we lost the final that year, and for 2 years after that, we went unbeaten.
Right.
We weren't
So
beaten.
what age group would that have started from? Was that 15?
15s, yeah. So we played a year older at 15s. Ben McCormick was on that team as well. Year older at 15s. And then I played my own age then
Right.
at 15s, and then 2 years, unbelievable. Just a great team. Teams
Yeah.
couldn't beat us. Like,
Yeah.
I say if you ask lads now, they'd say that 15s team of Pats
Yeah.
was on it. Like.
Yeah. You were quite successful, weren't you, during that stint at Pats?
Yeah.
A lot of leagues and
The
cups
double
there
at-
to your name.
Yeah, double at 15s, double at 17s, 19s. So all the way up, we'd won everything. Like.
What's that feeling like?
It's outrageous. Like.
Big trophy cabinet?
Yeah, big trophy cabinet.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Like even the likes of playing in Richmond
Yeah.
at 15s, 17s, and so half full, and they're saying this is what you want to do, like, as your job.
Yeah.
They're saying that everyone's chanting your name and stuff. It's brilliant.
Class.
You can't
class.
beat it, like.
Yeah. You would have had a great experience during your time there as well in the UEFA Youth League. Red Star Belgrade. What was that?
Yeah.
They're Serbian, aren't they?
Serbian, yeah. So obviously the first leg was at home, but we got into it somehow because one of the bigger teams lost,
Right.
and somehow we got a backdoor way into it.
Okay.
Last minute job.
Right.
And he said, right, they came over, and the striker actually plays for AC Milan now.
No way.
Lazetic, I think they bought him for a couple of million. But he played the
outrageous.
game, and he was the main man, and I think he
Right.
scored straight away, and we were saying, right, need to cop on here. And we ended up losing the game 2-1, but it's different class. The Champions League bibs, the Champions League ball.
Class.
Yeah, stuff
Coming
like,
out to the team.
yes,
the
they're
team
all
tune.
standing there, and
Yeah.
like stuff you grow up as, like, just dreaming of, definitely.
That's class. That's
And then
class.
we went away. I think we lost 2 or 3-1 over there, but we played. We didn't actually play in the Red Star Stadium. That's where we were supposed to play, but I think
Okay.
for safety reasons,
Right.
the hooligans are a bit
Yeah,
dangerous.
I
like.
heard that. Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, so we played. I think we played one of the like off club grounds around the corner, and even at that was packed, full, unbelievable.
Class. Suppose, do you mind telling me a small bit about that kind of type of experience? I suppose you wouldn't have been kind of used to that kind of, what would you say?
Limelight sort of thing.
Yeah, limelight, or kind of, what would you say, match day experience. You
Yeah.
know, obviously jetting off on a plane and stuff. Like what kind of planning goes into it? I suppose from a player's point of view. You know, like individually, and then maybe a team as a whole. Like, you know, what's the type of preparations look
First
like?
of all, you just try to say to yourself, right, these are going to be good.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing I try. Personally, I said to myself, right, if you have a chance of beating this, you're going to be on your A game. And then everything else, I think the whole buzz around the place, the whole atmosphere, even around the club or going training, it's a good buzz around the place, and saying to ourselves, if we're going to do something here, we're going to have to do it together. Like no individuals, because these lads are there full time, they're probably getting paid a couple of thousand a week. They're buying lads from all over the world. So you're saying to yourself, these lads are good. But like at the same time, you're saying we're good. Like if you can put it up to them.
Yeah,
You can
why
put,
not?
You
Yeah.
can put it up to
Back
them.
yourself, you have
back
to,
it.
don't you?
That's football's just confidence at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because we're all good players. If we had internationals in our team, lads that have gone away, and like it showed in the game. You could, at the start of the game, it was quite nervy.
Right.
And you could see lads were nervous, but as the game
The
went,
first game was a home leg, was
game,
it? Right.
and as the game went on, you see lads start growing in, start doing what they do against a Cork or a Cove, and then we grew into the game. We only lost the game 2-1, and then we had chances to beat them. But and then you're flying away, and the whole build, we're doing interviews, stuff,
Yeah,
new
class.
stuff that you would have never done, like. But it's all grown, like, it's all part of the game, isn't it?
And what's the whole type of, what would you say, the mindset or the mentality of, you know, players again when you're coming up against that type of caliber of club and player? is it the same again? Like right, we're good players here. We can compete at this level. Like,
Yeah.
is that what's going through all your minds at the
Yeah,
time? Like,
we had Sean O'Connor as the manager, and he just told us, go out what you normally do on a Saturday or Sunday. Do what you do. These are all good players. They're here for a reason. You're at a big club like Pat's. Go out and show it. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to run the ball. Because don't be shying away from the ball and then you send yourself after, I could have done this or I could have done
regretting
that.
it, yeah.
Regretting, that's the worst thing in football.
Yeah,
and then you could see, after the end of the first game, we're all that bit disappointed saying that we actually could have beat this. And then over there, I think in the first 5 or 10 minutes, if you had 3 or 4 shots on target and could have put them away and it could have been, could have put them to bed. But then that class shines through and it's like they have that bit of confidence. I think it's an aura in Irish football that everyone else is just that better, like. But I think it's starting to change now. You've seen like Adam Murphy going away, Sam's on the bench for Sheffield there the weekend. Like,
unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. Like he's only 17. Like if he played in that team, and he's saying that, like if you would have said 2 years ago Sam would have been in the Premier League, he would have said who knows. But then he's doing it. It's mad. Like it's mad.
And how, like, when you're actually involved in the game, or even after it, how do you find the levels there? Like, do you think where would you compare, say, the likes of yourselves with Pats playing against Belgrade?
Belgrade.
Like, do you know the type of way? Is there much of a gap there, or?
To be honest, no. It's
Really?
Just, they're good at the dirty side of the game.
Ah, okay.
So if the ball's going out, they're kicking a half out the pitch. Stuff that, like,
being cute, like.
Yeah, you see they're at the being around, they're being taught it. But over here, you only really get that when you go into men's football. Like, I'm only learning that now that it's lads going, you jump on them, or the ball's here, you kick it away, or not listen to the ref, you're in the ref's ear, someone gets tackled. These are doing that. So I think the first minute, we had a yellow card, first tackle, from them just surrounding the ref. So it's the little silly things like that are saying that clued in, like.
Small little details.
Small details make a big difference, like, definitely.
Yeah. During your time then at Pats, you would have played with, a lot of high caliber players, like, just off the top of my head, like the likes of Darrell Bournes, James Banquet, Josh Keeley. Like, you're looking at them lads, like, I'm nearly sure Banquet, he's got someone by Udinese, isn't he?
Yeah.
But he's on loan at Charlton, I'm nearly sure.
I think he's gone back now, yeah.
Is he, yeah?
Yeah, I think he recalled him, so.
So, what was it kind of like being involved around them players? Like, do you kind of notice, like, when you're training with them players all the time, that they have that potential to go on to them levels? Like,
I knew straight away with James, that physique.
Yeah.
You can't buy that, like. No. Doesn't matter how much you do at the gym. He's just naturally just gifted that way. And he's starting to get that aggression side of his game. Watching there a couple of weeks ago, and he's starting to get that. Like, he could be a world beater if he wants, if he properly puts his mind to it. And Darrell Bournes as well. Joke. Like, he's Jingham has boys, and like, he sees that Rovers now, and I think the Pats boys getting a bit of stick at the game.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, but the lads, they're gonna be good players, like, definitely. But even they're in and around, they don't really think that way, because you're just like, we are them the first team and stuff. Looks of Forest, I had the looks of them, and they're saying, right, these are lads, like, they're like young Messi sort of thing. You're looking up to them, because Darrell would have been only a year or two older than me, so you don't really think where he's gonna be now, or you just think as a collective, like, definitely.
Yeah, brilliant. Suppose we'll touch a little bit on maybe, managers or coaches you would have had throughout the years.
Yeah.
And do you mind even telling me a small bit about, then again, coaches or managers that you would have had, good experiences where, they really gave you a lot of self-belief, and then from the other point of view where, managers probably didn't take a shine to you, and they probably didn't give you that kind of self-confidence that you need as a player.
Yeah, it would have been my first year I signed my pro contract with Pat. Stevie O'Donnell was the manager.
Okay.
And that was like, as your first year as a pro, it's like your apprentice year, really. It's like your apprentice year, just learning your trade. And I'll never forget, we play it, I wasn't even in the squad, we play it Dundalk in, I think it's the semi-final of the cup, was to get into the final.
Right.
And we were on the pitch at the end, and he put his arm around me and said, you're not far away from me, kid. Even if you think you are, I'm watching you train, you're not far away from, just keep doing what you're doing. And ever since then, that just stuck with me.
Right.
It's just that bit of it's like a confidence, it's just someone giving you a kick up the arse, nearly saying, right, you're doing well, just keep doing what you're doing. And even to this day, I do still talk with the lads saying, like, that was like sort of turning point, saying, because my head was starting to go down a little bit. I was only a young lad, like, I was only 17, I think 16, 17, and you're not playing, you're so used to playing every week, and you're sitting on the bench and stuff, and that's the other side of the game people don't see.
Yeah.
Like, you're playing every week, it's glitz and glamour, but when you're not playing and you're in the dumps and you're travelling here, there and everywhere and you're not playing, you're saying, what am I doing? Like, it's a part of the game people don't realise.
Yeah.
And then the manager I have now used to be my manager. Sorry, the assistant manager I have now was my manager at Pat's 15s and 17s, Dennis Hoyland.
Okay.
So it's mad, football does a full circle on itself.
Yeah.
And my gaffer now, James Kelly, he tried to get me on loan from Pat's when I was 16.
Okay.
But obviously Pat's didn't, I was only young, I wasn't physically developed. But he
Yeah.
just said, on the ball, I'll take him all day. But they were saying you'd be eating, it's men's football, like. Because I wasn't there physically, like. And it's mad that he came in every year now. I'm playing for him, like.
Yeah,
It's
crazy
mad, football
how
does
it
a full
works, yeah.
circle, like, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And you just speak about there, like I've obviously watched it a small bit, obviously online and stuff like that. You have that kind of Wes Houlihan feel to you. I don't know if you ever heard that one before,
I'll
but
take it.
you know, I don't know if it's. I think it's kind of frustrating. Like I'm not the biggest of lads as well, so we
Yeah.
would have been kind of dealt with that when I was a kid as well.
Well, the lads are
You
bigger
know,
and
like
stronger.
does that kind of frustrate you a small bit and say, oh, like I'm not. Well, you know, I don't want him. He's too small. Like.
Yeah, like when it must have been, say, in the Ireland teams years ago, it was more the lads that were getting in that were physically more developed. They're good footballers, don't get me wrong, but they're just physically more developed, where I thought I would have been better on the ball. But it's international football at the end of the day. The managers know best, like. They have been around it for years, but it is frustrating. Because I'll probably make more chances or create more goals or assists, but he can probably run a bit more than me or throw an extra foot in. And you look at lads, say, like Spain and Belgium, and they're not big lads, they're just technically very good. But over here, it's just different football, isn't it? Like, it's just different way of football. It's more direct and more physical. Over here, it's more relaxed. So sometimes I wish that I was would have been born
To be
in
fair
Spain.
though, I think it is getting there though,
Yeah.
isn't it? In terms of like that, you look at a lot.
Look at Rovers, for
Look
example.
at Rovers, but even Pats now as well. Like they
They're
do try and play. Like,
yeah.
you know?
Looks at Kian Levy and stuff, he's excelling. Just
Yeah,
that's
he's
all.
class.
Yeah, he's very good. Yeah,
Yeah.
he would have played with us, and he's a joke. He's a joke. Yeah.
Yeah, class. Yeah, no. So we'll go on to the next part. Like, I suppose there's a lot of ups and downs in football. Like you're speaking there kind of a small bit on, you know, people giving you the confidence. Like, has there ever been a time in your career, you know, where I suppose the message I'm probably trying to get across is to the viewers or listeners is that, you know, when things aren't going your way or if the manager isn't fancying it, like what's your approach or how do you deal with it?
Yeah, even would have been, say, my last year at Pats, my last year in my contract, and I wasn't getting near the team.
Right.
Not out of effort and stuff, it's just different managers have different views.
Yeah, no,
at the
that's
end of the
fair.
day, it is what it is, like. And I went to the manager saying I need to get out on loan, and he said, if you make it to the summer and you're not playing as much as you want, I'll let you out on loan. So I got to the summer and I still wasn't playing, so I said to myself, I don't want to become stale. I've seen many lads, they've been up here and then straight away they're not playing, and other lads just overlapped them, and I didn't want that to happen. And I had the conversation with Darren and stuff, and he's like, son, I'm here to support you, it's up to you. So I made that brave thing. Just I could have been comfy at Pats instead for the extra 6 months, and might have got an extra few minutes here and there. And like as I said, Forrest, Jamie Lynn, all these boys are ahead of me in the pecking order. I needed to be realistic and stuff, and I said, right, I'll go out on loan. So I ended up going to Longford, and Gary Crown and James Kelly said, we'll take him, we'll give him his chance, and I loved it. Ever since then, I didn't look back, like.
Yeah, just to touch back on a small bit there, you like we're obviously at the been talking about kind of the physical side of the game and stuff like that. Is that, you know, being a kind of technically gifted footballer, you probably know yourself. You're speaking there kind of a small bit on the at international level. Like it's a lot more physical. Is that something that, you know, you go and say, right, I need to work on that as well? Like
that's why my first year, some of the Pats, Gerard O'Brien organised me. I don't know if you know Gerard. He
Yeah, I know
organised
Gerard,
for me to go in with James McCrudden. MCF Fitness is called, and I've been with him every year. I've been with 5 years now, I think.
Right.
And it's just to bulk me up.
Right.
Because he's like, it's men's football, you be eating.
Yeah.
Not that like there's no ability to me, but I'm coming against lads that fully grown men with families and kids and stuff like that, saying, right, these lads are gonna munch me, like.
Yeah.
So I said to myself, right, if I have any chance of playing, I need to get in the gym.
Yeah.
And just put a bit of meat on, basically.
Yeah.
Basically, so I got in with him. I started doing bits. I started feeling myself getting stronger, little by little. It takes time, but even now, it's only probably time saying, right, I can go and compete. Say the ball's in the air, I can go and throw my weight around, sort of thing. Like, but it takes time. Like last year at Longford's an eye opener.
Right.
Like I think we played Cork, and these lads, they're athletes, like.
Yeah.
Just absolute athletes, just trying to munch you. Like you're on the ball, they're going through the back of you, they're standing over and you're saying to yourself, like, what you supposed to even do here, like. But that was an eye opener saying, right, now I need to definitely get in the gym. And ever since then, I've just kind of tipped away, and now I'm in the gym every day. Like,
Yeah, and I suppose like it's really good from that aspect of it as well, though, isn't it? Like kind of like a self reflection, going
Yeah.
right. Well,
No,
this is what I need to do. Like, do you know what I mean? If I'm not gonna do it, I'm probably gonna go backwards.
Go back to levels,
Do you
definitely.
know what I mean?
100%. That's what I said. I don't want to be stale, and I don't want to be going right. I could have been this or that, but now I'm playing here. I want to say to myself, if it doesn't work out, I gave me best shot and gave everything I could do. That's what I want to say to myself, definitely.
Yeah, and do you enjoy like the gym as a whole?
Yeah,
Like obviously, I'm sure you'd rather be on the pitch.
Yeah, at the start I was like,
Yeah.
the gym. But now that man is specialised programming, I actually enjoy it. I do it when the lads are off the team and stuff, and it's good. Like, it's a bit of crack and it's clears the head as well.
Yeah.
And a bit of boxing and stuff, like that boxing is a different fitness.
Yeah.
I'm out with the lad and there's been ribbons after it.
Jabbing everyone.
Jabbing, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll speak a little bit about during, I suppose, when you were a teen, you would have had a lot of interest from across the water and stuff,
Yeah.
like a lot of trials over in the UK and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Do you mind going into a little bit of detail about that and how it came about and what the experience was like and stuff?
So when I was about, say, 11, 12, there used to be a thing in the AUL where Chelsea used to come over.
Okay.
And it used to be like, they used to see if anyone's half decent, and they used to be one up the north as well. And the best 11 and the best 11 in the north, you play against each other. And 2 or 3 people they might pick to go over on the trial to Chelsea for a week or so. So went to the trial thing, thought I'd done alright, like nothing special, but they liked me. So they brought me to the trial game up the north, where they'd been like me, Oidmo, Val, obviously lad off Brentford, there's a couple of us. And me, Oidmo and Val were the ones that got picked to actually go to Chelsea. Like,
brilliant.
So we were over there and the likes of your man Musiala,
Right.
Corbally, all these boys would have been in the same age group as us, like.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, these lads they're outrageous. And we went back a couple of times, but they said to me, really like Kian. So I went there probably 8 or 9 times. Different tours around England, different tours around Europe. Went to Sardinia, played AC Milan, Barcelona, Zenit, that team from Russia.
Yeah.
Club Brugge, and these that was an eye opener for me.
Right.
But I must have
And what age were you then?
about 11 or 12. I was only a
That's
kid.
young.
I was only a kid.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes as people say to me, "Oh, you're at Chelsea and now," but I was like, I was only a kid.
Yeah.
I was only a kid. Like, I was nowhere. Like, if you said to me, "I'm at Chelsea now," I'd say fair enough. But I didn't know any yet.
I'm not saying that wouldn't want to downgrade it or anything, but like a trial is only a trial as well. Like, you know, not to go away like it is. Yeah, like they think, oh, this fella's at the been over in Chelsea. I was like, I only got a trial, mate.
I only got a trial.
Give me a break.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't think people realise that. They think, oh, he's gone on trial, he's going to sign. All it is, there's 1,000 of you in England.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, I don't think people realise that there's 1,000 of you in France and Germany. It's just right place, right time.
Yeah. No, that's funny you say that. My schoolboy played a lot just up the road there in Home Farm.
Yeah.
I remember, I think it was, we were 13s, 14s, and we went over and played a tournament over in Portsmouth. And, played against a couple of teams like Southampton, and I can't remember off the top of my head now, but I remember we were just, I don't know, I think there was another game going on and we were kind of resting at that time.
Yeah.
And I just got chatting to one of the coaches or whatever, and he was like, yeah, see that fella up top, signed him from South Korea, moved all his family over, he bought him for bleeding $1 million or something.
That's it, you'd wonder where
that's what you're up against as well,
yeah.
like, do you know what I mean?
Definitely. You'd wonder where you
crazy.
find these lads from.
Yeah.
Like the likes of Musiala and stuff, the first session you're saying, you know straight away he's going to be something.
Yeah.
You knew straight away. And then obviously the older I got, went to a couple of more clubs, and then I went to Birmingham. And they showed concrete interest. I would have been 15. This would be signed before I signed me pro with Pats.
Right.
So that was concrete interest. I went over a couple of times. Bellingham was actually there at that stage. Played a couple of games with him.
No way, did you?
Outrageous.
Yeah.
And his brother, Joe, he's at Sunderland now.
Yeah.
Outrageous about him.
Yeah.
Can't get near him.
And could you see that, like,
You knew straight away.
really clear from that age? Like,
Even the way the managers treat him and stuff is like, Gio, do what you want.
Yeah.
Just do what you want. Because that year, he actually signed for Dortmund.
no way.
Yeah, so when I was over there, and then not getting into too much detail about Pats or anything, but the deal wasn't agreed basically.
Okay.
So that was sort of, going back to what you said, a kick in the teeth, and like the ups and downs of football.
Yeah.
Like I was certain I was going, everything was packed, I was going, and then boom, they bring it to the board and they say it's not gonna happen. Like,
Yeah, it's funny. I was actually only speaking to it. I was over in Manchester there 2 weeks ago with Birmingham, you and me, and we were just speaking about, I don't think a lot of people see the downsides to football and stuff like that. Like even, you know, you could get, we are probably talking from a coach's point of view because that's what we are and stuff, but like, you know, you could go in at a club and you're being appointed as the head coach and stuff like that, and you know, 4 months down the line, results aren't gone. You're out of a job, like. Do you know what I mean? Especially when you could have family and houses and stuff to pay for, like.
You're only a number at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, it's
they
crazy.
They can get you out and get someone else in. That's what it is. Football's a business at the end of the day. I don't think a lot of people realise that. All it is a business.
Yeah, and how, like, just to touch a small bit on, is there a kind of a strategy or a small little thing that you use, like with setbacks or downfalls? Is there a way that you kind of do? Like, I don't know. Like
I try to not get too high with the highs and not too low with the lows. And it's only the past probably year or so I've realised that.
Right.
Like as a kid, like I was devastated. See if that Birmingham thing, devastated. Took me about probably 4 or 5 months to actually come back out of my shell. Because I was only 15. Like you're saying, telling everyone, I'm going here, then you sound like a tick then.
Yeah.
And look,
shooting your shot.
Yeah. Now, if it hadn't happened like that, until it's concrete, I don't say anything. I don't say nothing. Because sometimes when you tell too many people, it never turns out to be a good thing. Like.
Yeah, now it can come back to bite you, alright. You were away with, or you've been on trial with another few clubs as well.
Yeah.
The likes of Barnsley, I believe, and stuff like that.
I've been at a couple of clubs and a couple of clubs showing interest and stuff. Yeah.
So what's the, like, say, like, I'm sure, like, I've seen it as well with lads that I've played with and stuff, like, someone like Chelsea comes knocking, it's like a domino effect, isn't it? More clubs. Like, what is that? Like, what's going through your head as a young kid, like, when that happens as well?
As a young
like,
kid, like, I used to go into school, and with the Chelsea thing, I was going away every couple of weeks with them. I used to go into the principal, he's like, oh, you're off again. And I used to be like, yeah, I'm gone, and all the lads used to be like...
Load of stamps on the passport.
All the lads in the class used to be like, oh, he's going to Chelsea, and you nearly sound like a little superstar, like, you think you're famous back then. But really, it's, as you said, it's only a trial. But, like, a lad from Bali like myself, you're going to Chelsea, you're staying in a 5-star hotel, everything's paid for, flights, you're collected from the airport, it's different class, like. My dad's going with me, he's seeing all these things, and he's saying to himself, like, what's going on, like, what's going on? But all the other clubs, it's the same sort of thing, like, it's like, as you said, domino effect. One club comes interested, 3 or 4 come knocking as well. That's what it's like. Yeah,
no, funny, I might be going a little bit off on topic here, but I was actually only speaking to another couple of lads involved with BTD Difference as well, of, you know, being proud of your level, like, because, like, I probably downgraded saying it's only a bit of a trial, but, like, I always say to players or coaches or whoever, if you're involved in businesses, like, be proud of that though as well. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, like, you're after mentioning a lot of high profile players there, like the likes of Bellingham and stuff, like, so it's giving you that kind of platform as well, like, hasn't it?
It's like, it's an eye opener at the end of the day. And as you said, like, don't downgrade it. It's more like, as you said, it's an experience. Something a lot of people never get to do, like. That's what it's like, something.
And I'm sure it's probably helped you in some ways that you probably don't even realise as well, like, you know.
Like, even, like, there used to be a thing the man used to say to me, like, I used to play as a left winger, right winger sort of thing, and he used to say to me, tracking back always, open your body nearly like a Nike sign. That might feel like a Nike sign, and even to this day, that's what I still do. So it's the little things that stick with you. It's mad.
I'm gonna rub that on you, yeah.
I was gonna see
loud of Nike signs going around. I'll have all the kids just go, Nike it. That's a cracker, though. Really good. That's a really good kind of way of putting it, like, do you know what I mean?
Say the right winger presses, you tuck around nearly like a Nike sign. Just ready to go, but not too far that they can cut you open, like. Brilliant.
Yeah, I love that. Definitely gonna rub that. So just on the trials then, and the experience kind of going across the water and stuff like that, like, same again, I know I touched on it with the Red Star and stuff like that as well. Talk to me a little bit about the levels again. Is it from on the pitch, off the pitch, kind of the detail from coaches, like the analysis and stuff like that? Is that like something like, you're like, Jesus, I wanna be a part of this and stuff?
It's even like, as far as, see, like when you go over there, we were only what, 14, not even 13, 14, and in the GPS fests. Like, you see that they're only a big thing over here now, but over there they're doing them years. And you feel like, you see them on the telly with the GPS vests on. It might sound like a small thing, but you're putting them on, you feel like a player. And they're going down, they had the grip socks for anyone had them. All the matching Under Armour, all your gear is left for you in a pile. You just throw it back and you just wash it for you. Stuff over here, I'm trying to get it to me, ma, watch that for me, I need that for tomorrow.
That's good. Now that's funny because it's gonna come up anyway. That you mentioned the GPS. I've done a bit of delving in, a bit of researching around.
A few lads around the campus though.
Yeah. And
Noel Cully, now is you. Noel Cully, and now is you.
Yeah, no, I was talking to him. He actually had great words to say about it as well. He said you're a top lad and a top pro as well. But he mentioned that we have to touch on the whole GPS thing. But what happened there? You were all supposed to bring GPSs and you forgot yours. I heard there was some excuse as well. So I'm looking forward to it.
This is an ongoing thing where the GPS were involved and there are a few quid the GPSs.
Yeah.
But we kept forgetting them. Me especially. I just kept forgetting them, and he's got to the stage where no one brings you're not playing the weekend.
No way.
And I was going on for weeks and one or two lads didn't actually play.
Right.
So I was saying to myself, I need to go and bring me GPS. And what they're training down in Richmond, it must have been only a couple of weeks into the season. And I forgot it. So I was on the way down in the car. And I was like, what do I say to him?
Yeah.
I can't just tell him forgot he's probably going to lose the head. And there's only a kid now in their Friday after at that stage. Like, I don't want to say anything. So I was like, what can I think of? Seen a little dog walking down the road. I was like, right, I'm going to say the dog pissed on it. So I was like, I was typing it out on my phone. I was like, I can't say this, can I?
Yeah.
And I was like, go on, it's gone. WhatsApp 2 ticks gone. I was like, is that being sent? He didn't even text me back.
Did he not?
No, I was like, right, easy that taking the piss out of me here, he's going to believe me.
Yeah.
Got down to training. Probably about half hour in because I was texting my ma, bring that GPS down. I'll grab off you on the slide. Just throw it over the wall to me.
Yeah.
What happens? She showed her, who's standing there? Noel beside me. I thought your dog pissed on it. I was like,
no way. That's one of them, isn't it? Like when you're in school, it's like, why haven't you got your homework? Yeah, my dog's out there eating it. You know what I mean?
That bag, like, about to finding it.
That's a cracker. I just found that mad that you were at the being talking about GPS, and I was like, right, you have this actually here to talk about, like, fucking gas.
Noel's a good lad,
Yeah, no, he's a top man. I actually played with Noel when I was a kid.
Yeah.
We played at Longford together, and we played, funny enough, Pats as well when we were young kids. I think we might have been about 11 or 12, but he's a top man. He's only after going over to Plymouth, I think, there a couple of days ago as well.
He deserves it.
Top coach, so a top lad as well. We've talked a lot about football. Joined talking to me about extra hobbies or what life outside of football looks like, Keno.
Me, I like a bit of boxing.
Oh yeah,
I like
the
a bit
jab. You mentioned the jab already.
I like a bit of boxing.
Get the guard up.
Yeah, like the man James Crumlin, he do that with me every week now.
Right.
Blows off a bit of steam. See if he lose the weekend, I'll be straight in the gym the Saturday.
Right.
Do a bit of boxing. Yeah, I've meant to do a bit of boxing, a bit of skipping and stuff. Blows a bit of steam off. So aside from that, not really.
Yeah.
Just
Not a golf man or anything like the other Charlies.
Golf, no hope.
No.
Like,
Couldn't hit a barn door.
No,
I'm not.
shocking.
I play a bit myself, but Jesus, not great.
Bit of pitch and put was me and nearly put him the car on the side of the road. It's carnage.
Just speaking on that then as well, like I don't know if I was listening to a podcast not too long ago, just about players as well, of kind of managing your time outside of football, like you know, in terms of, you know, like some days you could be done by, you know, 2-3 o'clock and you have the rest of the day, and like I know a lot of comes in like your recovery and nutrition and stuff like that, but do you find that sometimes it can be difficult for you as well?
Yeah, especially when I've been away and stuff, it's very boring. You're just in a hotel. That's all it is. But over here, I have my missus and stuff and the lads, but all the lads obviously work. So they see me texting at 12 in the day, come on lads, we go do a paddle session, and I'm going to the gym, they're all like, we walk in, we can't go, like. Yeah. But I find, I'll just go out and walk the dog, or it's going to stroll, like. Yeah. It's not much you can do.
Yeah. And come here and tell me this, would you have, like, say we revert back a small bit in around your time when you were, 14, 15, like, would you have any kind of, like, obviously we are what we are, extra private football coaching, would you have any advice for, young aspiring pro players out there from your experiences?
From my experiences, as I said earlier, don't get too high with the highs, don't get too low with the lows, because it's going to be a lot of lows. Like, it doesn't matter how good you are, there's going to be a lot of lows. But then with the highs, you have to enjoy them. Just keep going. Like, there's lads that I know, like, that are 17, 18, not in teams, now they're in the Ireland 21s. Or they're in England. Just like that. Just about being in the right place, right time. That's what football is. It's a game of opinions, but you make your own look at the end of the day. If you put the hard graft in, you reap the rewards 100%. I say you know, lads know that from watching the kids and all. Like they get better every week.
Yeah.
And I joined futsal as a kid. Paul Webb threw me in, and that's where I sort of get me a bit of technique from. It's brilliant. The heavy balls and stuff.
Yeah, that's what we're about as well.
Any kid, I would say that I'd recommend the futsal.
Yeah.
100%. Deadly.
Technique above everything, innit?
Yeah, technique above everything. Again.
That's brilliant. Yeah, so have a few questions as well here for you as well. Who do you think the best player in the League of Ireland is?
He's been made, but I'm gonna say Gil Forrester.
Yeah.
He's like from personal experiences, he's unbelievable. In training, one day I was pressing him. He had his back to me, gave me snake hips, and I was like, "Where's he even gone? Like, how do you even do that?" He's outrageous.
Yeah, he's class.
He's outrageous.
Yeah.
I don't think people realise until they actually say train or play with him how good he actually is. Like on telly, he's a show pony, and he does that bit as well. But when you're actually in a training session with him, he's next level.
He just shows his class though as well. Even the
That's
way he
all,
plays,
yeah.
he just
The way
never
he
looks
carries
like
himself.
he panics on the ball or anything.
You give it to him in a 6-yard box. Like I think I watched the games against Bows, and he should fake shot your man in the 6-yard box, like stuff like that, where you're saying, "What's he doing?" Like,
Yeah, no, that's mad. What's the last question I have here for you? Yeah, so like, what's the future plans? What's the goals for Kian Corbally over the next while?
Next, well, obviously this year is to get promoted to Wexford. That's the main. Last year we were very unlucky in the playoffs down in Cove. I thought it could have went our way. 100%. We're the better team and stuff. But this year, we got off to a bad start last week, but we have quality in the group. We're adding good quality and stuff, and I think we give it a right shot. The likes of Galway's gone up, Waterford's gone up, so I'd say it's us and Cork and a couple of other teams. But I think if we start coming on, we'll be in with a chance, 100%.
And have you got a couple of years down the line? Is it more or less kind of, nailing down kind of senior kind of football and getting your appearances under your belt and stuff like that?
The end goal is to get to England.
Yeah, that's
I'll
what
get
you
abroad.
want.
That's what I want to do. That's where you make a career out, really, isn't it? Like, I know lads have a great career here and stuff, but if you're really gonna be comfortable and make a great career, it's abroad. It's where all the money is, and best of everything. Best of everything, 100%. That's my end goal, definitely.
And to finish, describe yourself in a nutshell as a player.
In a nutshell, as a player, let me have a think about this one.
For the future coaches and managers in England listening and watching.
Very tidy.
Right.
Very tidy. Eye for a pass. Team player. Sometimes it's I'm usually the pass before the pass. So it's like break a line and then the lad not has more of a simple pass, but it's more of a square and it's a goal sort of thing. So sometimes, I think Gip mentioned it, they get goals and recognise sometimes that pass before the pass, and sometimes doesn't show up in their stats. And that's what sometimes the frustrating bit is.
Yeah, it's crazy actually. I don't know what coach, I don't know, it might have been Guardiola, it could be way off here, but what you mentioned there, that pass before the pass, or how big stats are nowadays.
Yeah,
like that's like, you could be like,
could be the best player in the
90 minutes and you could have one assist or one goal where you were brutal for the rest of the game, and it's like you're up there in the pecking order.
That's why some clubs don't even watch it anymore. It's just how many goals, how many assists, how long do you run. Look at GPS Fest, that's what it is now.
Robotic.
Stats is football. Like, I think that sort of street football is gone out again. It's more now just who can run the furthest and who can kick the ball hardest. That's the way it's sort of gone, isn't it? Like,
yeah, I don't know. It's a bit. I don't know. I don't like that thought.
No.
I really don't.
Bring back the street football.
Yeah, like even Gil a couple of episodes ago, he was just saying like that he found like the playing out in the flats or playing on the street, judging bobbles and stuff. Like even though you play on grass, he just felt like he had that kind of.
Yeah, me growing up, like you're playing in Crumlin or Balliard and stuff, and the ball's bouncing off walls and trying to control it.
It's coming back at you in different ways.
It's realistic,
all the time.
like. And then you're playing on Astro. That's where it sort of reminisces back there. Playing in grass or bad pitch. That's why sometimes the bad pitch, sometimes the touch is even better, because you're just used to that sort of environment, like the ball bouncing where it shouldn't, and bad pitches and stuff like that. So I think bring back the street footballers. Yeah.
Well, look, Kian, I think we'll wrap it on that. Look, really appreciate your time. came across really well. It was good to hear your story and stuff like that. And look, we might see it indoors. That'd be the difference. Maybe next pre-season, or if
Next
games
couple
or
of weeks.
training ever
100%.
gets called off, you know where we are. But yeah, really enjoyed it. Best of luck for the season. And yeah, wish you all the best.
Been a pleasure, lads. Been a pleasure.
All right,
Thank
guys. Episode 8. That's a wrap. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.